This is just a sample of the audiobook. To get the complete audiobook, access the link posted in the first comment.
What's the real story about today's jobs? What have jobs really been like for the past 40 years, and what do the workers themselves say about them? What do most of us know about the work that millions of people do? The manufacturing, construction, printing, clerical, healthcare, retail, food service, grocery, real estate, and automotive service jobs that have employed nearly 2/3 of the U.S. workforce since 1980. These are the day and night jobs that are important to society as a whole and that keep most people's families and communities strong, healthy, and surviving. But they're also the jobs that seldom enable families and communities to thrive and are often first to go in a recession. None of us can do without these jobs, but the reality is that these jobs don't pay off. They are often discriminatory by gender and race/ethnicity. They don't provide advancement opportunity. They are sometimes dangerous and exploitative, and they too seldom utilize people's full range of capabilities. It is the latter, utilizing capabilities, that ultimately benefits the worker, the community, and the nation, as all benefit when people are able to utilize their capabilities and strengths in their work. Accordingly, the aim of this book is twofold. First, to present workers' stories about their labor market jobs during the past 40 years of major changes in the labor market, so that we learn what their jobs were and are really like. And second, to suggest ways that ideas about work could be usefully expanded in order to benefit workers, communities, and the nation. In fact, the ranks of these workers have swelled over the past 40 years to include individuals with occupations formerly associated with 4-year college degrees and professional or semi-professional status. The impact of recessions over the 40 years that culminated in the Great Recession in 2007 through 2009 and its decade-long aftermath of labor market constriction were then magnified by the economic downturn resulting from the COVID-19 pandemic and its high level of unemployment and financial stress. In a word, sole reliance on the labor market for workers' economic security and meaningful activity needs serious consideration, which this book aims to provide. Foundational Beliefs about Work. Underneath the economic and labor market changes and challenges reviewed in the next sections, foundational beliefs held by most in the United States, such as America is the land of opportunity and that hard work pays off, are called into question. Workers whose stories appear in this book, whose hard work has not paid off since the 1980s, and others who are still out of work, raise their voices against the view that today's United States is a land of opportunity and unlimited possibility. The high value placed on labor market work in the United States, above all other kinds of work, as Kathy Weeks has richly documented, underlies these workers' hopes and struggles alike. Historically, the land of opportunity characterization began in the frontier days, even though much of the opportunity was achieved at the expense of indigenous peoples. Early on, colonial governments took Native Americans' lands and sent Native children away to boarding schools to eliminate their indigenous culture and assimilate them to white Christian culture. In the 1700s and 1800s, famine in Europe and Scandinavia inspired large-scale migration to the United States because of the new country's ample arable land, much of which was originally the indigenous people's land, and agricultural success was achieved in large part at the expense of enslaved persons, primarily from Africa. After industrial work supplanted agricultural work in the economy of the late 1800s, labor market work in goods-producing manufacturing industries, often enhanced by unions, became the locus of wage and advancement opportunity for millions of workers and their families in the United States. From the 1960s, however, and expanding in the 1970s, manufacturing industries receded as the dominant source of unionized, family-sustaining, higher-wage jobs.